Ever wonder why your Instagram feed is suddenly filled with friends moving to random states you barely thought about before? Well, buckle up because we're about to dive into the 10 best states to live in the US in 2025. And some of these might genuinely surprise you. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking this is just another California and New York are amazing list, let me stop you right there. We've crunched the numbers across 71 different metrics, from economy and healthcare to education and environment, to bring you the definitive ranking that might just inspire your next big move. And spoiler alert, the South isn't doing as hot as you'd think, with only one southern state making our top 10. Ready to count down to the most livable slice of American pie? Let's get started. Number 10, Florida, the lone survivor from the South on our top 10 list. While other southern states are busy bragging about their booming economies, Florida actually delivers on the promise of being a great place to live. Sure, you've heard about the infamous Florida man stories, but beyond the headlines, the Sunshine State offers a genuinely appealing package. With a cost of living that won't make your wallet weep like it would in California, Florida gives you beaches, economic opportunity, and zero state income tax. Zero. Let that sink in while you're filing your tax returns next April. The state's GDP rivals some entire countries, with tourism pumping billions into the economy annually. Crime rates? Lower than you'd expect for a state with this many people crammed together in the humid heat. And let's be real, where else can you hit world-class theme parks, pristine beaches, and multicultural food scenes all in one weekend road trip? Florida is basically a permanent vacation that you can actually afford to live in. But if you think year-round sunshine is impressive, wait until you see what our number 9 state brings to the table. Number 9, Massachusetts. Welcome to Massachusetts, where the locals somehow pronounce Worcester as Worcester, and education is practically the state religion. This New England powerhouse might be small in size, but it's massive in brainpower. Home to little schools you might have heard of, Harvard, MIT, maybe ring a bell. Massachusetts doesn't just talk about valuing education, it actually puts its money where its mouth is. The state consistently ranks at the top for public education, which explains why so many families are willing to brave those brutal winters. The innovation economy here is no joke. Boston's tech and biotech sectors are booming faster than you can say park the car in Harvard Yard. This translates to job opportunities that actually let you use that expensive degree you're still paying off. Yes, the cost of living is high, but so are the salaries. And unlike some other expensive states, you actually get something for your money. Excellent healthcare, best in the nation in fact, rich history on every corner, and seasons that actually change, though winter overstays its welcome. From Cape Cod's beaches to the Berkshire's mountains, Massachusetts packs diverse landscapes into a state you can drive across in under 4 hours. Not bad for a place smaller than some Texas ranches. Think this is impressive? Our number 8 state takes natural beauty to a whole new level. Number 8, Vermont, where the maple syrup flows like water and the politics run as pure as the mountain air. This tiny New England gem might be the second least populous state in the nation, but it's got an outsized reputation for livability. Let's start with the obvious. Vermont is gorgeous. Those fall colors, not photoshopped. The postcard-perfect towns with white church steeples, actually real places where people live. Environmentally speaking, Vermont doesn't just talk the green talk. The state runs on nearly 100% renewable energy and has some of the cleanest air and water in the country. Your lungs will thank you almost as much as your Instagram followers will when they see your foliage photos. Crime rates here are so low that Vermont crime spree is practically an oxymoron. The FBI statistics show you're more likely to be attacked by a confused moose than become a crime victim here. Sure, you'll need a serious winter coat and maybe seasonal depression lamp, but Vermonters have mastered the art of higgy before it was cool. Local craft beers, farm-to-table everything, and tight-knit communities make those long winters not just bearable, but downright cozy. But if small-town charm isn't your thing, wait till you see what state number 7 has to offer. Number 7, New York. Plot twist. New York made the top 10, and no, we're not just talking about Manhattan. While the Big Apple gets all the attention and uses up most of the state's attitude quota, there's a whole Empire State beyond those famous 5 boroughs. New York is like the overachiever who's good at everything: economics, culture, natural beauty, pizza, you name it. Wall Street might run the world's finances, but head upstate and you'll find everything from the majestic Adirondacks to the thundering Niagara Falls. Not to mention wine country that would make California nervously adjust its collar. Economically speaking, if New York were its own country, it would have the 10th largest economy in the world. That's not just Manhattan money. Industries across the state create opportunities, whether you're into tech, healthcare, education, or agriculture. Yes, the taxes are high and the living expenses can be even higher. But what you get in return is unparalleled access to, well, everything. World-class museums where you can spend days getting lost? Check. Cultural diversity that means authentic cuisine from literally every corner of the globe? Double check. The public transportation system, despite New Yorkers' constant complaints, remains one of the most comprehensive in the nation. You can actually live without a car. Try doing that in most American cities. But if New York's hustle and high prices aren't your style, you might prefer the quieter charm of our number 6 state. Number 6, Connecticut. Where old money meets new opportunities, and somehow everyone has really nice lawns. This often overlooked New England state sits quietly between its flashier neighbors, collecting accolades for livability while no one's looking. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, Connecticut has a reputation for being, well, boring. But you know what's not boring? Excellent schools, safe neighborhoods, and being able to access both Boston and New York City without having to pay those astronomical housing prices. Suddenly boring sounds pretty smart, doesn't it? The state has more Fortune 500 companies per capita than almost anywhere else, which translates to serious job opportunities, especially in insurance, finance, and manufacturing. Your resume might actually get read here. Connecticut's charm lies in its picture-perfect small towns that look like they were built specifically for fall festivals and holiday movies. Historic homes with actual architectural character line streets with names like Old Post Road and Maple Avenue. It's quaint without being cutesy, if you know what I mean. The education system consistently ranks among the nation's best, which explains why families flock here faster than you can say excellent SAT scores. Yale University anchors a strong higher education scene that keeps the brain drain at bay. Is it perfect? Of course not. The taxes will make you wince and winter roads can get dicey, but when summer hits and you're enjoying the 618 miles of coastline or hiking through lush state parks, those complaints tend to fade away. Now, ready for a completely different vibe? Our number 5 state might surprise you. Number 5, Iowa. Iowa, I-O-W-A. I can hear you questioning my methodology through the screen, but hear me out. This Midwestern powerhouse has been quietly crushing the livability game while coastal elites weren't paying attention. First off, that housing market everyone's complaining about? Not a problem here. The median home price in Iowa would barely get you a decent parking spot in San Francisco. Affordability isn't just about housing either. Healthcare, groceries, and utilities all cost less here without sacrificing quality. The education system is legitimately impressive, with public schools that consistently outperform national averages and graduation rates that would make other states jealous. The state invests in education in ways that actually benefit students, not just administrative bloat. Economically, Iowa is far more than just cornfields, though the corn is admittedly spectacular. Advanced manufacturing, financial services, and biotechnology are major players here. Unemployment typically runs below the national average, and the cost of living is so reasonable that your paycheck goes much further. The crime rates, some of the lowest in the nation. The communities, tight-knit without being nosy. The infamous Iowa nice is actually real. People will help you dig your car out of a snowdrift without expecting anything in return. Imagine that. Sure, winter is brutal and summer can be muggy, but those perfect spring and fall days make up for it. Plus, the Iowa State Fair alone is worth enduring a little weather extremity. Where else can you see a cow sculpted entirely of butter? Think the Midwest has more surprises in store? Just wait until you see what state number 4 brings to the table. Minnesota. Where could be worse is the state motto, and that's actually high praise. This northern gem combines Midwestern practicality with surprisingly progressive policies to create a livability powerhouse. Let's start with the elephant in the igloo. Yes, it gets cold, really cold. Like your nostril hairs freeze instantly cold, but Minnesotans have turned winter into an art form with ice fishing, hockey, and the ability to create entire social lives without ever removing their parkas. Economically, Minnesota punches way above its weight class. Home to 16 Fortune 500 companies, more per capita than almost anywhere else, the job market here remains robust even when national trends go south. Tech, healthcare, and manufacturing provide diverse opportunities with salaries that actually let you save money. The education system is nothing short of stellar. Public schools consistently rank among the nation's best, and the state has one of the highest high school graduation rates in America. The University of Minnesota anchors a strong higher education ecosystem that keeps talent in state. Healthcare, top-notch, with the Mayo Clinic leading a system that ranks among the best in the nation. The state's commitment to public health and wellness shows in everything from extensive bike trails to community health initiatives. Minneapolis-St. Paul offers legitimate big city amenities without big city headaches. The art scene would make most coastal cities jealous, and you can actually find parking to enjoy it. Meanwhile, northern Minnesota's wilderness areas offer outdoor experiences that rival anything in more hyped destinations. But if you're looking for even more outdoor adventures, state number 3 might just be your paradise. Idaho has entered the chat, and it's not just here to talk about potatoes. This Rocky Mountain state has been climbing the livability rankings faster than a mountain goat on espresso, and for good reason. Once the punchline to jokes about farming and isolation, Idaho is now the state everyone seems to be moving to. Its popularity surge isn't just hype, it's backed by solid fundamentals that make everyday life simply better. Economically, Idaho is booming. Tech companies have discovered Boise, creating a mini Silicon Valley without the soul-crushing housing prices. Traditional industries like agriculture and manufacturing remain strong, creating a diversified economy that weathered recent economic storms admirably. The outdoor access here is off the charts. Mountains, rivers, lakes, forests, all within easy reach of major population centers. Want to ski world-class slopes in the morning and be home for dinner? Totally doable. Hiking trails empty enough that you can actually hear yourself think? Abundant. Crime rates are among the lowest in the nation, and the sense of community remains strong despite rapid growth. People still know their neighbors here and actually like it that way. The education system is solid, if not spectacular, and healthcare accessibility continues to improve. The cost of living, while rising due to popularity, still remains below national averages in most categories. Is it perfect? Of course not. Winter can be harsh, cultural amenities can't compete with bigger states, and growth is creating growing pains. But the quality of life fundamentals remain so strong that most residents willingly accept these trade-offs. As amazing as Idaho is, our number 2 state offers an entirely different flavor of excellence. Live free or die isn't just a catchy slogan in New Hampshire, it's a way of life that translates into remarkable livability. This small but mighty New England state perfectly balances freedom and community in ways that keep residents fiercely loyal. Let's start with everyone's favorite topic, taxes. New Hampshire has no state income tax and no sales tax. That's not a typo. Your paycheck actually resembles the number you thought you'd be earning when you took the job. This tax structure creates a unique economic environment that attracts both businesses and residents. The state's economy is diverse and resilient, with strong healthcare, manufacturing, and technology sectors. Unemployment typically runs below national averages, and the median household income sits comfortably above national figures. Education? Exceptional. Public schools consistently rank among the nation's best, and the small class sizes mean kids actually get individual attention. The state's investment in education shows in outcomes with some of the highest test scores in the country. New Hampshire offers an incredible balance between accessibility and nature. The White Mountains provide world-class outdoor recreation, the seacoast offers beautiful beaches, and all of this sits within easy reach of Boston's amenities without Boston's prices or traffic. The state boasts some of the lowest crime rates in the nation. excellent healthcare systems, and communities that strike that perfect balance between friendly and respectful of privacy. Weather can be challenging, winter is no joke, and housing prices have risen as the secret gets out. But the fundamentals of quality life remain so strong that residents happily bundle up for a few months to enjoy the other benefits year-round. But even New Hampshire can't claim the top spot. Our number one state has been dominating livability rankings for 3 years running now. For the third consecutive year, Utah claims the crown as America's most livable state. And it's not just because of those stunning national parks you've been seeing on your social media. Utah has mastered a seemingly impossible balancing act. Robust economic growth, breathtaking natural beauty, strong social foundations, and affordability, at least compared to coastal states. It's like the state somehow found the cheat codes to modern American living. The economic story is genuinely impressive. A diverse economy spanning tech, healthcare, education, and tourism creates opportunities across skill levels and industries. The Silicon Slopes tech boom continues to attract talent from across the country, while traditional sectors remain strong. Unemployment consistently runs below national averages. Utah's commitment to education shows in both funding and outcomes. The state invests smartly in everything from early childhood education to its excellent public university system. This creates a well-educated workforce that further attracts employers in virtuous cycle. Let's talk about those landscapes. From the otherworldly red rock formations of the state's 5 national parks to the pristine powder of its world-class ski resorts, Utah's outdoor access is unmatched. These natural resources aren't just pretty. They contribute to physical and mental well-being while boosting tourism dollars. Community foundations remain strong with low crime rates, high volunteerism, and strong social networks. The state's family-centric culture creates support systems that benefit everyone, not just those with children. Healthcare quality ranks high, with excellent hospitals and medical systems throughout the state. The focus on preventative care and healthy lifestyles, partly enabled by all that outdoor access, creates better outcomes at lower costs. Is it perfect? Of course not. The rapid growth is creating housing pressures and environmental challenges. The predominant religious culture can feel restrictive to some newcomers. And yes, you'll have to deal with some quirky alcohol laws. But when you balance the full spectrum of what makes life good, economic opportunity, natural beauty, community strength, and overall quality of life, Utah simply outperforms every other state in America. So there you have it. America's 10 best states to call home in 2025. Did your state make the cut? Are you surprised by any of our rankings? Maybe it's time for a road trip to check out these livability champions for yourself. Just remember, the best state is ultimately where you personally can thrive. Whether that's in bustling Massachusetts or laid-back Idaho depends on what you value most. The beauty of America is having so many different versions of good living to choose from. Which state caught your attention? Drop a comment below and let us know if you've experienced life in any of our top 10.